Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are fit and healthy. So, dear students, it is 5th August, and today we are going to start our new chapter, chapter number 17 of history. And the name of the chapter is The Great Mughals. In this chapter, the topics we are going to cover today are, first of all, we will learn about the introduction, who were the Mughals, from where they came to India, and other things. Next, about Babur we will read, and then Humayun. These three topics we will cover today in today's class. So let's start. Dear students, it is known to everyone that it was very difficult to rule such a large territory that was Indian subcontinent. Due to its diversity of people and culture, language and their beliefs, no ruler till 16th century was able to do for a long period. Mughals created control a large empire from the later half of the 16th century, and they expanded their kingdom from Delhi and Agra. By the 17th century, they were in control of almost the entire subcontinent, and they imported important structures like Red Fort and Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, so many others. And these structures are still remind us about the glory of the Mughals. Even today, the Prime Minister addresses the nation on Independence Day or Republic Day from Lal Killa or Red Fort, which was the palace of Mughals, and they were living in that palaces. So, the Mughals' history is very glorious. Now the question comes, who were Mughals and from where they came to India? So Mughals were descendants of two peoples. First were Genghis Khans and second was Timur. From mother's side they were descendants of Genghis Khan, and from father's side they were descendants of Timur. But they feel proud to be known as the Timurids ancestors, because of the fact that their ancestor Timur had captured Delhi in 1308. He had ruled Delhi in 1308. That's why they feel proud on him instead of Genghis Khan, because Genghis Khan was originally known as a Mongol attacker, and later on these Mughals the founder of the Mughal dynasty, who is Babur, he was forced to leave his country, his throne, by the Mongol attackers. That's why they didn't want to be known as the descendant of Genghis Khan. Okay, so now we come to know that who were Mughals. They were descendants of Genghis Khan and Timur. Now some most renowned Mughals were Babur, then his son Humayun, then Akbar, and then Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, so on. We will read about them one by one. First of all, we will start from the founder of the Mughal dynasty. So, the founder of the Mughal dynasty was Babur. Babur was originally a ruler of Fargana. In 1494, at the age of 12, he became the ruler of Fargana. And he was forced to leave his throne due to Mongols' attacks. At the age of 12, he became the ruler of Fargana, but he was forced to leave his throne due to Mongols' attacks. And after that, he has to live a life of exile for so many years. Then in 1526, he was invited by an Indian to fight against Sher Shah Suri. So to fight against Ibrahim Lodi, actually Sher Shah Suri, he fought Sher Shah Suri later on. So in 1526 he defeated Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat. In the first battle of Panipat, he defeated Ibrahim Lodi. Then in 1527 he defeated Rana Sanga and allies at Khana. And then very next year in 1528 he defeated Rajputs at Chandeli. And after that he established his control over Agra and Delhi, and he establishes his empire before his death. In 1530 he was died. That was the life history of Babur. And all these he has written in his autobiography that is called Babarnama. All his achievements, his works, and the places he visited, about them all, everything is written in his autobiography. And after Babur, his throne was succeeded by Humayun. Humayun was his son. He has some more brothers, and according to the will of his father, he has divided the empire into different provinces, and his brothers were ruling that provinces, but they were not satisfied, they were dissatisfied. In 1530 Humayun ascended the throne, and he ruled up to 1540, and in this period he has launched so many effective policies of administration for the well-being of people. Later on, Sher Shah Suri, he defeated him at Chausa and Kannauj in 1540. Sorry. And he made him to flee to Iran. Humayun had to flee to Iran to save his life and the life of his family. Then he received the help from Safavid Shah in Iran, and because of his help he again raised his strength and attacked India or Delhi in 1555. He recaptured Delhi in 1555, but the very next year he died in an accident. And what was the accident? He fell down from the stairs of the Royal Library, which is in the Purana Killa. He fell down from the stairs and he died in that accident. That's all about Humayun, and about rest of the Mughal rulers we will read in next video. So thank you and have a nice day to all of you. I hope you people have understood it better. So bye.